Hey, what's going on, everybody? JC in the house. Everyday thoughts. Everybody gather around. Everybody gather around. Your boy JC and special guest to me tonight, Miss Watts. Once again, she has the honor of joining me and privilege to have her on tonight. And tonight's topic is: what's the black man's biggest issue? Is it his ego or is it black women? So everybody gather around. JC is in the house with Miss Watts. Hope everybody's having a good and blessed day. What's going on, Rochelle? What's going on, Rochelle? What's going on, Lacia, Anita? How's everybody doing this evening? Hold on one second. About to bring them on. About to bring her on. Hold on one second. Hey,
Hey,
what's going on?
nothing much. What's going on with you?
I'm good, blessed, and highly favored. What's going on with you?
That's what's up. Same, the same.
All right. So tonight's topic is: what's the biggest man's issue? Is it his ego or is it black women? I'll start it out this time. What's going on, Andrea? What's going on, Rodriguez, Rita, Maria? I feel like our biggest issue is black men. I think it's our ego. I don't think it is black women. I feel like a lot of black women are here to help us out, alleviate stress from us. But a lot of times we have abandoned our responsibilities, put all most of our loads on her shoulders, and really just left her to defend for herself. But what's your thoughts about that? What is the biggest issue for black men? Is it his ego or
Well,
is it black women?
well, I agree that it can be a man's ego, but it can also, be that black woman. She's not exempt from the equation. It's an either or situation. But if I had to say the biggest would probably be his ego. But a lot of time that ego is damaged by a black woman.
Okay. The reason why I say ego is because a lot of times internally we really don't seek help. We like to store stuff in, whether it's been our since childhood or probably previous relationship that we haven't really healed from. We like to store a lot of stuff inside. We don't like to really get help, seek help. And a lot of times you'll have a good black woman that's trying to talk to us, speak life into us, but because we're so broken, we're so damaged that we don't really open up to her. We really don't listen to her. Understand that she is our partner, she is our ally. A lot of times we use that and try to destroy her in her in her own morale instead of using her as a gift to help nurture our own development. But what's your take on that?
Um, I agree, and again but that's only in some cases. If we're going to talk about the cases where that works, then we also have to speak in reference to the cases where it doesn't. Sometimes the black female, um, she could be damaging to an ego. Not most, not all, definitely not all, but a few. So there are times that she can be damaging so damaging to a male that his ego is destroyed, that his ego is damaged. And once a male ego is damaged, all hell breaks loose. You might as well forget it, because he's locked. It's hard to get a man to come back from that type of blow. It's difficult. And you speak about men getting help. Men don't get help for emotions. I does. Men don't get help for emotions. More women need to get help for emotions, but they don't either. But they're more likely to than a man. A man thinks that when you get help for your emotions, then you're weak, and so instead of thinking that I'm human too. So I mean, that's one of the ways his egos could, get into the way. But a lot of times it could go either way. You know, she's damaging too. Let's not act like some females, whether black, white, Chinese, Japanese, but right now we talking about us. They can be damaging to a man's ego. You know?
All right. I hear you on that. What's going on,
Okay,
Charlene?
sure.
What's going on, Sherelle? What's going on, Andrea, Greg, Justin, Rochelle?
All right. Hi,
You know,
Rita,
what's going on,
Richard.
everybody?
Hi, cousin.
No, but you were
Laverne,
saying about
Levine, Des, Justin, Cheryl, Greg. I'm sorry.
no, he was talking about a man's ego being stroked by black women and stuff. And you're right about that. I mean, there are some words that a woman can tell her man that really can be damaging to him. Really decrease his self-esteem, his self-worth. It doesn't really feel like he's, a man, especially he's incapable to fulfill his own needs, his own desires, and can't really fulfill your needs as well. Because it's always about, how he feels within himself. Is he comfortable with himself? Is he happy with his own life? Does he feel successful? And a lot of times, a lot of brothers, they'll get in relationships, they're still broken inside because they don't feel like they're good enough. So they attach themselves with a woman, and instead of giving her, positivity, a lot of times we end up damaging her. And like I said earlier, he just wants the best for us, but because we're so broken, we don't really, try to seek out help, etc. You know.
Well, that's how it goes. It goes on and it goes on and it goes on. Once a man's ego is damaged, it's very difficult for that man to come back from that. And what he does is he takes it into the next relationship, but this time he's got his guards up. And what happened before is not happening anymore. And it just builds on and on and on. You know, it turns into his own little monster. But you got to understand it. Like I said, men they're not emotional creatures. And whatever emotion a lot of them had, they'll go in the corner and express them. They don't express it openly. And so anyone, even for a female, when you don't express emotions openly in some way, some form, somehow, it becomes damaging. And a lot of times the men takes that same damaging feeling, that damaged ego into that next relationship, and boom, there you are. But what that ego does, that ego keeps them from having a good relationship, running into that good female, the one that is right for him. But because that ego is so damaged, he can't give all of him to her. He already did that crap. He's not doing that again. You know what I mean? He's not doing that
Yeah.
again. And so
Yeah.
what this woman, this next woman gets is she only gets part of him. And that part got the ego, it's got its muscles up because ego is the part she gonna get, because that's what's gonna keep that other part from getting hurt. And it just goes on and on. It's a cycle. And what guys have to sometimes think about is whatever she did, the last one, let that mug go and let ego stay back there with her. And take the good part of you and go find you another woman, or you first find yourself and then invest yourself into another female, but this time let her see the softer part. Don't just give her the bad part. Show her your soft part, because there's a lot of good females out there waiting for that to happen. There's a lot of good females waiting for that to happen. They're waiting for that man to show them that they care, that they love them, that they're soft, that they're there for them. They're that strength that covers them, and at the same time they're that softness that loves them. And let ego stay the hell back where it was. Let that ego
Hmm.
go. Really.
Yeah. Yeah. Some good points. Good points about that. I feel like a lot of it starts at childhood. Boys to be boys, or don't cry, or just get up, or you know, anything like far as childhood, as far as damaging our boys, young boys at a young age. You're not supposed to cry, not supposed to show emotion. Get up, stop being so soft, stop being so weak. A lot of times you internalize that, and it's like we gotta like start teaching our young boys it's okay to cry, it's okay to show emotion. It's not okay to hold everything in. A lot of the time that's damaging, and also too, when you have understand that you will have breakups that are bad, it's gonna be painful, but you gotta understand how to put yourself off and understand that was the one situation, that was one individual, one individual that what did you wrong, that you can't paint the picture every woman out there like that, you know. And a
Mhm.
lot of times, I talk to brother all the time. It's like, you know, like you said, you're hurt, you need to get some help, and they feel like, oh, every woman out there for my money and resources. I'm like, you need help because not everyone's out there. Trust me, you got women out
Well,
there, you
you
got their
know,
own
you
money,
got to
got their own cars,
right, and you got
own
to start.
resources.
If you walking up to a woman and she already got her hand out, you need to take a left or take a right. Pick a choice. Don't just keep walking up to her because yeah, there's plenty of women out there with their hands out. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about the ones who have their own. Start respecting them, giving them that piece of you that's gonna make them stick around and gonna want you. If you find a woman that you want to love you, you gotta give her that good side. You can't give her that ego, because that ego will make her walk. We got comments hitting us.
Yeah. I'm not reading real quick. As Rodriguez says, as an Afro man, I think they are told they must be stronger, faster, better than white men, just as seen as half as good as a white man. They see stress and need love, not tough love, from the Afro woman. We need to love and soften our men, not harm their ego.
Mhm.
Yeah, true. I
I
agree
agree.
about that.
I
You know.
agree. It makes a better relationship. It makes a better relationship. A man wants to feel as if he's got this family held down. He wants to be that shield over the whole entire family. And then if a woman comes and she continues to bing, 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 just keep hitting on that shield until it cracks, that's all ego. It's something you don't want to do. You don't. You don't want to do that. You want to, find a way to keep it all together at one. Let him have his ego. It makes a better relationship. It do.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, let the man, be a man. Let him feel like he's successful, even though you may be taking care of everything. But at least let him feel like he's making stuff happen,
Well,
progression. You
what,
know,
who am I?
like I said,
I
speak
didn't
like
say.
to your man. Hey,
I,
say
I didn't
what?
say nothing about take care of everything. I just,
No. I wasn't saying like that. I was just saying like just be liking
oh,
to him.
okay.
Like, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. You know,
Yeah.
like even if you go out making more money, you still got to speak life to him. Like, oh, you didn't get that a job raise, or you got that next time. You speak life to your man. A lot of times, we hear it, but it do feel appreciated when it do come from your woman. Even though we may not acknowledge it, it do feel kind of good. You know, we hear from someone we love and care about.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Go on. Hold on, let me read some of these comments. What's going
Mm-hmm.
on? Sylvia,
Hey, Justin,
Cassandra, Maurice.
Greg,
Rita
Marie.
says, yes, it can be his ego because the last thing a man would do is ask for help, especially when it comes to his health. Yeah, yeah. I do agree with that. What's your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
about that?
Marie said T.J. Jakes has an awesome word on this subject. He Motions is a great book. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Maria. Cheryl. Well, hello, Cheryl. Okay. Go ahead,
What's
Jonathan.
going on, T? What's going on,
Raina,
Natasha?
Rita.
What's going on, Greg? Okay, hold
Okay.
on. Let me go back to the comments real quick.
Where you at? Let's do Greg, but a good one can change him. Just take TLC instead of being hard. Right. Oh, we read that, but that is true. It's good to read it again because that's true. A good woman can soften a man. One of the hardest. I'm not talking about soften an abuser, okay? But just soften a man who's got his guard up. A good woman can soften him and show him how to love again. And that's true. That's true.
Yeah, hold on one second. All right, I'm about to go to what Rita said. She said, yes, it can also be his ego because the last thing a man wants to do is ask for help when it comes to his health. Yeah. I mean, that's just being prideful. Health wise, nothing wrong going to the doctor. Nothing wrong with getting checked on as far as testing, as far as your prostate. You know, it's okay to have those kind of conversations and get help. Anything physical wrong with you, you know, stop taking it as offense not to check on your health. It's always important. That's a part of the self love, the self care for yourself, is taking care of your body. Because
Right,
without the
right.
body, then you really there's no you. That's the one thing that a lot of brothers gotta, realize. Do some massages, do some kind of exercises, do something for yourself. 'Cause a lot of times you out there grinding 5, 6 days a week, and you just need that self love, that self care for yourself
Mm-hmm.
to unwind and stuff. So it's really important to
Right.
unwind with massages, kind of gym work. Just do something for yourself. Treat yourself out.
Right. Okay. Marie says he won't change unless or until he decides to. You can't change anybody. You're right, Marie. You can't change him, and he'll change when he decides to. But you can lead him to that change. You can show him a softer side. You can, because that's what they're missing. It's what these men who've been so damaged, that's what they're missing. They're missing a hug. They're missing the sincerity of a woman's touch, mind, conversation, love. That once you give them those things, it'll bring the softness out of them. It'll bring them back into a manageable state. I promise you it will. They'll have to change themselves, but you can show them. You can teach them. Hello, Sharice.
Okay, what's going on? What's going on, Pearlin? What's going on, Remy? What's
Hey,
going
Remy.
on, Tanisha? Oh, what up, Remy? All right, Greg said, I disagree. My wife changes me now because she treats me with love, making me feel I'm Superman and knowing what I need her to be Superwoman in Lois Lane. All right, that's good.
That's it. That's happened in my lifetime too. If a damaged man, he's damaged, especially if he's damaged by a woman. Now I'm not talking about if he's damaged by his mama, auntie, daddy, and treat him good. That's a whole new. That you definitely got to go get help. But just being damaged by a woman, it could be reversed by a good woman, a sincere woman, not one playing games, but one with some sincerity. It can be adjusted. I know for a fact.
All right, hold on one second. Sharice said, how do you soften him where he doesn't think he is not doing anything wrong? I mean, you gotta talk to him. You gotta pull him to the side, you know, and just talk to him, man to woman, and just speak life into him. You know, give him encouraging words like, hey, you got this. Like I said, you gotta speak life into him. That's how you try to soften him.
Yeah,
If you don't want to listen, then there's really nothing you really can do about that.
no, he's got to want. He's got to be a part of it. But like
Yeah,
I
he got to
said,
be
you
a part.
can you can only show him. You know what I'm saying? You can only show him a softer side of you, where he can't do anything but adjust. Because if he don't, he's gonna feel like an asshole. And if he doesn't have a problem with feeling like an asshole, then you don't. Maybe he can't be changed. But when you have someone that's rah coming at you, and you keep coming at them soft, they'll adjust because they see that you're not trying to be that one that's trying to hurt them or trying to damage their egos. Instead, that's what you call stroking an ego.
Okay, Marie said, I agree with you, showing him, but it's up to him to follow or accept it. Yeah, I do agree with that. Sharice said, that's what I'm dealing with. He has been hurt by his parents. Yeah, like I said, either childhood, whether his parents, whether his uncle, aunts. Like I said, a lot of scars a man brings, but it's really hidden. So gotta be careful with that. Gotta learn how to, love him properly. You know, we do have issues. A lot of times we don't want to admit it, but we do have issues, just like women do. But like I said, you gotta talk to him, not speak death into him, speak life into him.
Sure.
He has to be open to criticism. And if he's not willing to accept, then nothing really you can do. And he's damaged beyond.
Criticism can't come in the form of, look, I'm sick and tired of you doing this, that, and that, and that. And if you don't change it, that criticism can't come in that form. When you bring criticism in that form, you better get ready because he's gonna flare up. It's gonna be a bad situation. But criticism could be like, listen, hon, I know you love to, ride your bike. And I know you love parking in that spot, but that particular spot, oil is starting to build up in. So is it, any way possible you can park it somewhere else? You can go soft. You don't have to be. Look, I done told you 2, 3 times, don't park your bike over there, and then you will forget about that. That's not going to work. That when you do a man like that, all I hear is rah 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 rah, and they're waiting for you to stop roaring so they can roar back. It doesn't work. Hi,
Oh,
Denise.
what's going on? What's going on, Denise? Denise is in
If
the building. What's
I
going
don't
on,
stroke my
Michelle?
ego, then who will? Right, Justin. Who will? You're right. You're right.
Yeah. What
So,
else you got?
you talking to me?
Yeah, yeah,
What'd
I'm
you
talking
say?
to you. What else you got
What'd you
to say?
say, Jonathan?
No, no, okay. Let's talk more about the black woman. Like, how could she damage a man? Talk about the ego. Let's talk more
Yeah,
about the black woman.
I mean, it's a lot of ways she could be damaged, but I mean, he could be damaged by her. But most of that is just breaking him down. That's not, we're not including cheating and lying. We're not including none of that. We're talking, that mental breakdown. And I mean, there's a lot of ways, but at the end of the day, that's all it is a mental breakdown. And for me personally, I don't want a weak man. I want a strong man. I want a man that's strong mentally. I want a man that's strong physically, and we could do us together. We don't have to, I could, handle, you know, the book part. I want him to be able to handle the manly, the lifting, that, decision making, you know, that's what I like. Some women don't like that. New age, new thing, new you. But that's what I like. I like a man who get his hands dirty. I don't really necessarily care, for the pencil pusher, but you know, that's what I like, a manly man. So I don't want to destroy his ego. Because I need his ego to be in front and ready to protect at all given times, protect all the family that stands behind him. So for me, I'm not interested in destroying his ego.
Okay, what's going on, Christy? What's going on, Jolly? But yeah, though, like I said, build that man up. He going through his own issues. Got to talk to him in a way that he feels like he's the man. A lot of times we just need that encouragement. That even though we may think we know everything, a lot of stuff we don't know, and it's always good to get a second opinion or a second viewpoint, even when we
Yeah.
have down.
Yes, and let's not forget that men, we need our men to hold us up too, the females. Okay, as far as having our back as well. We do. Come on, let's not act like we don't. We do. Well, wait a minute. Let me stop. New generation. I forgot about the new
Uh
gens.
oh.
New gens say they don't need it. New gens say they don't need it. But the old gens, we do. We enjoy it. We like it. So,
No, I mean there's still some guys in the new generation that still want to protect and provide for women. It's really rare, but they're out there.
wow. I'm glad I'm in my generation.
Yeah,
My
I feel you.
generation.
Oh, what's going on, Willie? How you doing, man? But yeah, though, I mean, you said like, okay, what's the biggest issue? The black woman or the is it ego? Okay, Denise said men need to be encouraged, not put down. Yeah, I
Yes,
mean, I agree
ma'am.
with that. But man has to
Yes,
be
ma'am.
accepting his role to want to receive it
Right.
and not take it as a defense or an attack.
Right. And that, Denise, that's pretty much what we've been pretty much saying too. They need to be, that these men, damn egos are mostly, or a lot of times, or sometimes damaged by, the act of a female putting him down instead of encouraging him.
Yeah, that's the thing with brothers you gotta do when you going out here with women and stuff. What you looking at her body, her shape, look at her moral, her character, and how can y'all fit each other's uh, peace and not be arguing, not be destructive, and speaking death to each other instead of lifting each other up.
Right. It makes a
So you
better
gotta listen.
relationship.
Yeah.
The tongue can be life or death. Yes. In church, they teach you what? That's the most dangerous weapon. It's the tongue. It's the tongue.
Oh yeah. That's it. Watch what would you say. Even
Right.
watch what you think. Your thought. That's critical too.
Yeah, right. hmm
But yeah, you got anything else to say?
Well, yeah, I do. Before we go, and I should have said
Uh-oh.
this at the well, I should have said this at the beginning of the live. But the last time you and I went live, I went back and revisit the video, and there was something that I said that I myself didn't agree with it, even after I heard it myself, and that was that black women aren't being beaten all the time. I should have changed that because in reality they are, but not all black women are beaten. So there are some black women that are, but not all. And once I revisited, I saw that that wasn't what I meant. And then another viewer contacted me and kind of, put it out there. So I made a statement on the Facebook, but I also wanted to make it live that that is not true. Black women are being beaten at a high rate. The point I was trying to make at the time is every time I talk to these brothers, the first thing that come out mouth, why are you women staying with men that are being beaten? I'm like, who's he talking to? Because it could be talking to me, because I'm not being beaten by anyone. So I wanted to go ahead and make that clear by the end of the viewing so that everyone know if I'm wrong or if I say something wrong, I will come back and readjust that. So that's what I was doing.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, women, y'all are being beaten. Y'all are being murdered at a high rate. It's not all women. It's just a lot of disrespect that's going on, and I feel like as men we have to do a lot better with replacing ourselves, replacing others that we contact with. Quit having some kind of bro code where we don't really speak up and address those type of issues.
Right.
Myself, I'm guilty of that to a certain degree. Sometimes I do let stuff slide, but I have to do a better job. That's just me, you know, accepting my own accountability, my own mess up. So yeah, something I gotta work on too. But yeah, anything else you got to say before we gotta wrap this up?
Nope. We can go ahead and wrap it up, guys. You can find recaps or share with your friends on every hashtag every day thoughts with a Z, JZ, JC, excuse me, JC. And share with your friends. And these recaps can be found at that location. And, you know, we hope you guys bring a friend next time. Well, I know you
Hold on,
got
hold
a
on, hold
friends
on,
on your side, Jonathan. I don't have that many friends on my side. Hey,
hold on, hold
Nikki.
on. We got one more question. She said, "I think it's careful that you don't go from leading, showing him to mothering him." Oh, hold on, we got some more comments.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that? You don't want to be too demanding that you end up mothering him. What's your thoughts about that?
I
Or
think it's
babying him or
careful
something?
that you don't go from leading him, showing him to mother. I think that's important too. It shouldn't even if you know what if he's that hard he won't go to into the state of mothering. We just want to soften him. We want to bring back whatever took that ego away we or damaged that ego. We want to, and I hate to use the word stroke, but that's what it is. It's stroking that ego. We're letting them know it's going to be okay. Whatever you went through in that last relationship, you're not going to find that here. And when you get all of that out of their system, it gives you a better man to work with. Okay, go ahead, Jonathan.
All right, Rita said a black woman can be very damaging to a black man by not being supportive or motivated, but at the same time, a woman needs a man that she can be supportive, be strong when he's supposed to be, but not making him feel but she is standing alone in situation or in relationship. Yeah. Like I said, that's true too. If she only feels like you're only taking, you're not really pouring into her, then it's not. You're all only thing you're doing is going into a dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you gotta speak life from both parties, and make each other's lives better and lift each other and speak life, not death, to each other. Because your tongue
Right.
is a powerful weapon.
Mhm. Okay. Hey, Nikki. Okay. So is it
Yeah.
anything
I gotta
else
wrap it up
you would
real
like
quick.
to say, Mr. Jonathan?
Oh no, I did want to say everybody, thank you everybody for tuning in. Everybody look at my YouTube channel, Everyday Thoughts JC. Subscribe to the channel, share this video, and everybody for joining me, join this discussion. Feel free to share this video, and thanks Mr. Watts for joining me again. Thank you for the time. Everybody have a blessed night. Peace.